This is the Canon R5, and on it is the small rig camera cage. I'm really excited about this thing. So for the past 4 or 5 years, I've been using DJI gimbals for weddings, real estate, and all of my other content. Even before gimbals were a thing, I was actually using glide cam to get smooth cinematic footage. As filmmakers, we're always trying to develop new skills, try different gear, and fine-tune our style. The last wedding I filmed, I actually filmed it probably 50% handheld. And I did this because I wanted to add a little bit of variety to the style that I've already developed throughout the years. It turns out when I was back in the editing room and looking at the footage, I actually really liked how it paired with the gimbal footage that I typically get. The only problem I ran into when I was shooting handheld was that I didn't have anything like this, like a cage, to grip and make the handheld experience more comfortable. So I got back from the wedding, did a quick Amazon order, and bam, now we're cinema. So this is the small rig for the Canon R5. I also got the handle on the side here from them. And when I first put this on my camera, it felt good. This is actually the very first camera cage that I've ever owned. And I gotta say, it's probably gonna live on my camera from here on out. It's funny because whenever you get a new piece of gear, it always feels like your creative juices get flowing a little bit more, and it gets you really excited for your next project. So I'm really excited for my next wedding coming up to test this pretty much all day long. I'm really loving how handheld footage is looking in our wedding films. Gimbals are certainly a useful tool, and I love the way that the smooth footage looks, but you can absolutely achieve some really interesting looks when you're shooting handheld. What I love about the small rig camera cage is that it's really easy to install, and it's super rugged. Like, this thing is definitely built to take a beating. It even comes with these magnetic tools that just go right under the rig itself so that you always have that on you if you want to take the cage off of your camera for whatever reason. Like if you wanted to put it back on your gimbal and not have that extra weight on your gimbal as well. They just really knocked it out of the park with the design and the fact that those tools can magnetically fit in there. And there's also one in the handle as well, right on the top here. I don't know if you can't really see it, but I can pull it out right on the top, and it just slips right back in magnetically. So really handy. So with the camera cage, it definitely does add some weight to your handheld setup, but if you were in a pinch and you needed to get a smooth shot, let's say, and you didn't have time to set up your gimbal, you can absolutely achieve some smooth footage with the side handle and the top handle. Also, with the camera cage, there are so many things that you can mount to this thing. It's unbelievable. I mean, there are holes right here that you can add stuff to. There's stuff on top of here. You can add a monitor. I obviously have my microphone on the side here on this cold shoe. This is a cold shoe. There's a cold shoe on the handle. There's so many things that you can do with a camera cage, and I just never knew that this ecosystem was so useful. And this is my first time, like I said, this is my first time owning a rig like this, and it just feels really good, and I can't wait to shoot like this more often. With the design of this small rig camera cage, they designed it in a way that you can access everything about your camera. So right here on the side is my SD card little door, full access to SD cards. On the bottom is where the battery goes. Door opens up, no problem. Also on the side, you have access to all of your ports here, microphone, headphones jack, HDMI ports, everything like that. You know, even if you have the side handle, it's just totally out of the way of everything. You can also even flip out your screen still as well, all the way. And nothing is in the way. And I love that about this cage. They designed it so well, and it's so rugged. And this is exactly how I wanted my handheld setup to be like. Simple and durable and just fun to use. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Are you guys more of a handheld filmmaker or a gimbal filmmaker? Or do you do a mix of both like I am trying to do now? I'd love to hear from you guys, and I'm ready to go shoot some stuff now. I stuttered so bad on that last sentence, it's not even funny. I don't know if you guys realize, but the way that I film my YouTube videos, I actually have my script down here, and I am just recording one take of this entire thing. So I have my script on my iPad right here. And what I do is I write my big long script, and I'm obviously not going to memorize all of that. So what I do is I just go line by line, and I say a line to the camera, and then I'll just edit it to where I'm cutting from each different line, so there's no fluff in between like that. So if you're ever wondering what it's like to film these type of videos, talking heads, it's very awkward, and I'm still not great at it, but I'm trying. I need to get a teleprompter. I think a teleprompter would help a lot. But even then, like, I just feel like I would read too slow as it's scrolling up because I read at like a 4th grade level still. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna go shoot something. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. I'm going to be putting it to the test and seeing how well it actually does pair up with some of the other, I totally fucked that up too.